Alrighty then, good afternoon everybody, Silver Dragon here, coming at you once more with some Aurora 4X. Now, unfortunately, I think I screwed up my last attempt here, well, the beginning of my attempt. I had set the initial races to spawn besides me, so non-player race, to 2, and I had set them to spawn in as non-trans-Newtonian races. Now, according to what good old Michael Jordan says, and what I've been able to find out through Reddit, and I believe their forum post, I also found a mention of this, generating the race as, or any of the NPR races as a non-TR race, generate only non-TN races, basically means they will never be trans-Newtonian races. They will always be non-trans races. So I fucked up in that regard, and we're probably going to have two incredibly weak enemies that would basically just raffle stop with no difficulty whatsoever. So we're going to quickly generate a new universe. I'm going to give this another attempt. Hopefully I won't F up this time, and I'm probably going to go a little bit longer than last time, just because, you know, make up for the failure. So we'll go Dragonverse 2.0. We'll start in the year 2000. Now, apparently the government type actually dictates how many labs you have. Because you can see, as a player race, I start off with 20 labs. If I start as a religious democracy, it goes down to 7, and so on and so forth. My starting tech points actually go up if I'm playing as a trans-Newtonian race. So, pardon me. I'm just going to go for player race with a conventional start. We're going to go with the usual same setup as I had before. Canada. Up. I am failing my Canadian people. Alright, so right now my race generation chance is at about 30%. Now, I'm half tempted to increase this. I am half tempted to increase that. Do I want to... You know what? We'll leave it... We'll put it up to 35. We'll put it up to 35. Maximum number of systems. Again, we're dropping that down to 50 because there's no way we're even going to get that much done. This time around, we are not going to generate any races to start off with. Game point, yeah, so that's why I was lagging more in the beginning, was because game performance is affected by the NPRs. So it's almost good not to have them, because I could definitely tell in the beginning it was much, much laggier than it should have been. We got the 6 starting jump points. No missile bases, get rid of that. NPRs activate non-NPR computer opponents, such as the Precursor, Star Swarm, sure. They can trigger them. Could be computer controlled, yes. Create one or more computer controlled opponents. NPRs will start in the systems generated by Aurora and are hidden from the Space Master. Well, let's go 0, that'd be fine. Everything else is fine. We've already tweaked that as is. So let's go ahead and create that. Hope I don't fuck up this time. Pretty sure I have everything I want here. Oh! And now we have 5 research facilities this time. Well, that should be proper. We had 20 initially. Now it's back to 5, but that's fine. Weird. Weird. I'm used to 5 anyway. So we'll go with that. Alright then. I think it's because when you have a trans-Newtonian empire, it gives you 20 labs, which makes sense. You're gonna need 20 labs at that point. All right, let's not fuck this up this time. Select, begin, F3, pull up the system map. Same thing as before. Get rid of asteroids. Get rid of the survey locations, not the waypoint locations, even though I don't have any waypoints. Events, we will show up. Oh, it's called the Slater Shipping Alliance. Interesting. Asteroids, goodbye. Alright, let's do this thing. Quickly hop in research. Are we lucky? No, we suck. So we only have energy weapons, logistics, and a sensor guy. Although sensors isn't too bad still. It sucks we don't have a CP guy. Ah well. Nothing we can do. Let's give him everything. Hopefully we'll speed that up as much as we can. Same thing as before. Go in, build a military academy. Manage the shipyard. We'll increase that by 5,000 tons. Let's go into the administrators. Staff officers. We will assign our commanders for the headquarters. Factory production bonus of 10. We'll go with the Commodore. Assigned as the military officer, which is pretty good for that. Automate the assignments. Let's go down to the civilian administrators. Hopefully we have another mining and production guy. Or factory bonus. We have a 25% factory bonus and a 5% mining bonus there. 15 and a 10. Oh, a 30. Oh, sexy beast. Lily Kirk. Of the Clan Kirk. You are fantastic in almost every way. Has a 30% factory bonus and a 15% mining bonus. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So we're going to go with her. Most definitely. Not a doubt in my mind. So let's go ahead and check the mining resources now. What do we have? So we actually got an increase this time. 1.8 million total minerals. Duranium looks good. You know, it's just generally pretty decent overall. Corundium is a bit low, which is a shame. Access across the board is pretty damn good. Mostly 1s or 9s. Couple lower 5 and 4s. But they're not really on things that we need that desperately. So that's actually fantastic. So I don't think I'm forgetting anything else. Let's begin auto-turning. Sorium shortage. Stop fuel production. Keep going for a few days. Now you can see how much faster it is now. It's generating turns much, much faster than it was last time. That's because this time we don't have other NPR races that it's having to deal with. New officers. Oh, let's pause this for a second. And we completed the military academy. That was fast. So, officer update. Officer health. Whoops. Background color. Red. There we go. Death. Oh, he was a commander of fleet headquarters. Okay. Luckily, the Commodore only had a slight injury, so we should be alright. Still, though, goddamn. So we finished the military academy. This is going to be another couple of years. So I will have him produce another military academy. We didn't get any construction production guys. So again, auto turn, 30 days. Let's pull up the chart here. People have been assigned to their jobs. Officer health. New scientist. Oh, we did get a new scientist. He's a sensor and fire control guy. Construction of the military academy finished once again. Goddamn. Exceptional new officer. Let's take a look at our research tab here. So it's 2003. And we will be finished this in 2004. The beginning of 2004. I would rather leave my industry not doing anything for 2 months and just build this. Unless I can have him build something else quickly. We don't really need any of that. I suppose I could have him build 100 infrastructure. Well, let's go 400 infrastructure. That'll take like no time at all, I'm pretty sure. June. But, you know, it'll produce what it produces, and then we will make use of it later on. So, 5-day tick. And then we'll just do 30. And 30. And done. We have researched trans-Newtonian technology. Fantastic. Let's immediately go into sensors and fire control. Luckily, we have a decent person in sensors and fire control. Work on the geo survey sensor. It'll be done by August. Beautiful. Let me go into industry now and have him... There we go. Now, we started off... Now, you can see here, we actually have 1,000... Because I started with the player start this time. So, yes, the... Whatever... what the hell is it called? Not race. Whatever political affiliation you choose, whether it's a monarchy or whatever, that will affect how many labs you have, how much conventional industry you have, and so on and so forth. So it does affect the game. It's not just for show, as it were. So you can see I actually have 1,000 conventional industry now, because I just picked player race. Bit basic, but hey. So we're going to do something a bit different then. I want to go 600. That's 60. For the construction factories. For the mines, we're going to go 400 at 40. And then we're going to drag this guy's ass all the way down. Alright, beautiful. 5-day tick. Let them start to work on that. So, they'll be, oh, actually, they'll be done at the same time. God damn it. Killing me. May of 2019. Fantastic. Alright, let's begin auto-turning away here. It'll be done a lot sooner than that, though, because as we're converting the conventional industry, it becomes much, much, much faster. Or not faster, but, excuse me. It, lowers the amount of time, because the industry we're creating, or converting it to, is 10 times more effective. Even though we're losing out on a couple of it, like, you know, 4/10 or whatnot, we are still gaining much more overall over time. God damn it. Dying. Let's add another 2,000 tons, because I can. Because I can. I'm going to let a bit more time go by before I begin... oh, geological sensors have completed. Fantastic. Let's start working on construction and logistics and ground combat. We're going to start spreading it out now. I need you to build me the cargo handling system. I'll give you 2 for that. Sensors and fire control. Let's give you... I'll give you another 2 labs. No, not that. Let's go active grav sensor strength. Then electronic hardening. EM sensor sensitivity. Actually, I can move that down the queue. And thermal sensor sensitivity. Alright. Other than that, you can queue this up. Alright. Yeah, the fire control speed rating is going to be important. Now, for the last one, I'm actually going to have him work on construction production, even though he's not necessarily that skilled at it. We're going to go for the construction. Same thing I do before. Construction rate, followed by the research rate. Well, I think usually I would go for the research rate first, but we're going to do it this way, followed by the mining rate. Alright. 30-day ticks. Give him a little bit of time. Give it about a year. There we go. 2,000 tons of capacity was added to the shipyard on Earth. Let me check my lab, see if I got any new peoples. Nope. Alright, in that case, let me... excuse me. You can see, yeah, it's gone from 2019 down to 2013. I'll give it a bit more time before I actually have them work on the commercial shipyard, in which case they will be able to... We'll need to expand that. But we haven't even built our first vessel yet, so there is that. We completed the cargo handling system. Let me actually have him work on our basic engine tech as well while we're at it. I know, I don't have anything yet. I'm working on it. Same thing as before. We'll make it a commercial engine by going 0.50. And we'll actually crank the hull size all the way up to 50, even though it only needs to be 25. Now, who do I want to give this base engine here? Who did I select last time? Let's see. This is debatable, honestly. I do have a small list, but it is only a small list. And I want to give some to the people who asked. So, let's give it to Torgo again. Except we'll just give him this time. Good enough. Meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. No. Alright, create. Let's let him work on that, unless we have somebody in propulsion, which of course we don't. Of course we don't. That would be silly. Torgo. Give it to you. Should be finished that in no time. Completed. Grav sensor strength and the engine. Alright, sensors and fire control. We already have a guy for that. We have an energy weapons working on that. Is there anything else I really need to work on? You know what? Let me remove the research rate and I'll give it to this guy. So he can begin working on that immediately. That'll do well for us. Alright, so let's go and create our first scout ship here, since we have the engine and everything else with it now. New design. Rename ship. I'll go with you, my friend. You can become my first scout ship. Access the gamer. Design view. Get that engine on there. Geo survey. Yeah, it's not going to be worth putting multiple engines on it. We'll keep it as a fairly light ship, even though I could chuck a couple more of these on him. It would make them excessively heavy for no real reason. Now, gotta make sure to set the deployment time properly or they will be really upset. Basically, their effectiveness starts to drain if they go beyond their deployment time. But we can always bring them back before their deployment time and let them relax at any time, really. So, we're gonna go with that. Oh, you're not a cruiser. You're a geological survey vessel. Thank you. And actually, let me go into here for a second. Manage shipyards. Rename shipyard. I'm actually going to go let me see here. The Michael Jordan naval yard. Just because you helped to point out that I had fucked up and would probably be encountering enemy races that would be absolutely no damn challenge to me whatsoever. So, let's go ahead and retool this for Access the Gamer. Set activity. Build the first of his kind. Now we wait for that to finish in 2007. Or likely sooner, as this all gets converted up. Now, the infrastructure is not nearly as important. We did already build 2 of the military academies, and I don't necessarily want another naval shipyard yet. So, let's go ahead and go for 4 mass drivers. Let me begin construction. Let me begin refining the Sorium again. Automated mines. Let me make 150 of you. And with that, we should be good to go. Okay, advance for a bit. I may push the commercial shipyard up again like I did before, but we'll see what happens. I mean, the longer I wait, the faster it's going to become. Alright, the Access the Gamer has been crafted. Let's go ahead and detach him from the shipyard here. Earth. Display moons, please. Start off with Luna. It always seems to be around Venus for some reason. Whatever. Whatever. Mercury. Maybe we'll be lucky this time and Mars will actually have resources. Or everything could be absolute crap. Won't know till we get there. At that point, scan nearest planet or moon. As per usual, conditional order of 30% fuel. Refuel at colony. Alright. Check the minerals tab as we tick away here. So unfortunately, it looks like the moon this time around had nothing. On the plus side, Mars did. And again, that's not necessarily 100% true, as Mars or the moon could still have resources. We would just need to send a geological survey team to the actual surface in order to find out for sure. Alright, so Venus is obviously pretty crappy. I mean, it has millions of material, but the access is disgustingly terrible. Earth, of course, is Earth. Mercury. Mercury is a little bit better. We have 3 million duranium. No corundium, unfortunately, but, you know, millions and semi-decent access for the most part. Semi-decent. Mars, what do you have? 9.4 million duranium with an access of 0.9. Really good. Titanium and gallicite. I wish there was, again, corundium, but, you know, we get what we get. So let's auto-turn. I think I might push the shipyard up now. Yeah, let's push the shipyard up. 5-day tick. So it'll be done in a couple of months. Alright. Jupiter has something. Commercial shipyard has been constructed. So let's immediately go in there and again begin massively expanding that bastard, as we will need it about 35,000 tons of space in the slipway. Now, research. Do we get anybody new and interesting? We got... Wow. Wow, really? Really, buddy? Why? Why? You know what? I'm going to take off one lab from this guy and give it to him just in the slight hope that he might actually increase his bonus. Even though I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. Damn it. Had to give me junk. Had to give me junk. Alright. Keep going. All in all, I'm not too impressed with what I'm seeing here, mineral-wise. Okay, 10,000 tons was added. Manage the shipyard. Let me actually rename this as well. Ginjo Zero Commercial. Add another 1,000 or 10,000 tons. Let's take a look at Jupiter. So this time, Jupiter actually does have 3.6 million sorium at an access of 0.7. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I would have to put some orbital harvesters around it, though, to collect that. We did finally find some mercasium, some corundium, too. 2.6 million. The access is 0.5. It's not that great. But, you know, it's at least in a good amount, and it's there. So, the first one I think I'm going to make a colony on is probably going to be Mars. Although, you know what? No, let's go with Mercury. Well, we'll do both Mercury and Mars. Let me pull up the system map here with the lovely flaming sun. Burning ring of fire. pull up my display. So Mars, add a colony. It's probably going to close it again for whatever reason. And this is an odd bug. Like when I'm playing, when I was streaming it, I never encountered a bug where it was actually closing this display when I was adding a colony. So it was really weird to me. We will definitely send somebody to our moon and see if we can find some resources there. Okay, let's keep auto-turning. And hopefully something will happen. Now we'll continue drinking this. Construction converted mine is completed. Yay! We did it. Modify that to 100. Go 5 days. Then once all that is done, I want to produce construction factory. Yes, I want to produce another 500 construction factories if I can. We'll let the infrastructure go, finish that off pretty quickly, and then I want to get more factories going. Somebody joined our ground forces. Wow, I've actually progressed a lot farther this time in a much shorter amount of time. We're already getting to the point here soon where I'm going to be getting my cargo ship up and running, so this will be interesting. Mass Drivers has completed. We got to work on the automated mines. $10,000 tons was added to Ginjo. Gonna add some more tonnage to that os. Alright, so this should produce, you can see we are producing 0 liters now. We did get 4.8 million though before we converted the industry over, so that's fine. Ooh, actually, I did forget about the labs. Yes, we're gonna want those labs pretty damn quickly here. So let me actually bring the automated mines down. Go to manage shipyard. It's still going to be a little bit before I get that done. So let's go 5,000 ton capacity. I mean, we're not going to go too crazy here. Also, I haven't even worked on a new engine tech yet, which is pretty bad of me, to be honest. We did finally get somebody in power propulsion. So let's take some labs off people, because this is kind of more important. So, the Sol system is not the best for resources, I have to say, so far. Let's keep adding it to this guy now. We'll keep giving him a bunch of stuff. Got one more research on 5,000 tons was added. That's about what I'm going to do right now. I really have no need to add any more. So we're down to 2012, 13th of April 2012. Which is right around the corner. And we're going to give him more labs anyway, so that should be fine. Although I'm assuming he could probably only handle 5 total. No, he can actually handle 20. That's good at least. Another 0 freaking bonus missile and kinetic guy. At least this guy did get a 5% bonus. So he did manage to level himself up a little bit at least. Energy weapons is up to 30%, which is pretty damn good. So when I actually have him working on energy weapon research, we should get some really quick research done. Now, I do tend to focus a bit more on missiles than I do on energy weapons, but I could still go for a Meson anti-missile defense system. One inactive research lab. That's the wrong tab, but luckily it's right above it. Keep adding labs. We're down to 2011 now, to November, which is actually right around the corner. Nice, and we still got to research the nuclear engine. I think we just got a new scientist as well. 7th of November. We did get a new scientist, shitty biologist, and another one. Oh no, he just popped down because he finished the research. Power and propulsion. His bonus is still the same, so he really didn't gain anything from it. Nuclear thermal engine technology, give him all 6 labs. He'll be done 2013, so not too bad. 2 years, pretty damn good. We should have another lab here in a second. We can lower that even further. It's still managing to decrease it per month. I think, yeah, it's once you get up to 20 labs, it becomes really insignificant, almost adding more labs to a guy. You start decreasing it by like days. Alright, once he's done this, I will quickly have him research the new engine type, and we'll be good to go. There's no real need for me to hurry that much, but hey. Okay, got a couple more labs on the way. Also, there's one thing I have not really covered, and that's the screen I keep clicking on. Wealth and trade. So, basically, your people, whether they're on Earth or on another planet, will generate tax. As long as, of course, you're making them nice and happy and keeping them safe. They will generate tax, and they will also generate trade goods, which can be traded between them to create more currency. Now, at the very top of the screen, we can see my current racial wealth is 130,000, and we're getting 584 every, I think, 5-day tick. Now, wealth can be spent on pretty much civilian industry interaction. Civilians will eventually start setting up their own mines on asteroids. They will start building freighters that we can give them jobs. Like, I want you to haul 50 automated mines from Earth to Mars, per se, and they will do that, and it'll charge us money for it. So, wealth can be quite useful. And that's going to be why we're going to want to have some labs here. 2013. If I could fucking click on this thing, it would help. God damn it. Ten labs. There you go. 2012. December of 2012. Which is like right around the corner. Perfect. Nuclear thermal engine technology hasn't been completed. So we're going to design a new engine. Same thing as before. Oh, go down to 0.50. Go up to the maximum hull size. And let's see here. I did Torgo for the last one. I guess for the base stuff, we'll continue with going with Torgo for now. Well, I made it Torgo conventional, so we'll go. Dark Star Nuclear Inc. That works. It's 125 EP engine. Commit. Research. Go into power propulsion. Dark Star. Power and propulsion. Give her all labs. She'll take like no time at all to do that. A little bit over this. A little bit over this. And there we go. Completed. I know we have an extra inactive lab, so we'll give it to the research rate. Oh, excuse me. The heck? Did we not finish it? Oh, the 1st of March, not February. Okay. My bad. My bad. There we go. Engine completed. So, power and propulsion. Let's give you... I'll give you 5 labs to start working on that. Then I'll have him work on the jump point theory, which will unlock the jump gates. We're probably not going to need them too soon, but, you know, why the heck not? Let's think ahead. We'll go for the pebble bed reactor technology after that, and then the reactor boost. Now, on to the next guy. It's time to start giving them a bit more... Give them a few more labs. Give you another lab. Research rate definitely needs another lab. Sensors, yeah, you're pretty good, but we'll give you one. Alright, so we're spreading out nicely for the labs. And, yep, we did finish all of the, what the hell? Labs. Constructing additional labs, that is. So now we're working on getting some basic automated mines up and running. Ooh, Titan has something and Saturn has some stuff. Damn, 26 million thorium, though the access is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So we finished the fuel consumption per hour, which was good. Titan, oh, Titan. 7 million duranium and 3 million tritanium. Although the access on that is terrible. It's only 1.0 overall access, which is not that great. 2.0 is really, really good, but anything less than that's kind of like, eh. Let's go into Uranus now, and then Pluto is probably the only thing left. Then I can have them start going for the comets. Alright. So let's begin. Nope. Let's see here. Rename. I'll give this to Nick. Alright. Design view. Standard cargo system with 5 cargo handling. And the Dark Star nuclear engine. Give them 4 engines. That boosts them up to 38,000 tons, but would make them a lot faster. Yeah, 4 engines is perfect. Now, the load time is down. We'll set the deployment time, same thing, to 120. I don't think the haulers matter for morale, so I could make them conscripts only, but why bother? Alright. Cargo handling modifier is good. Range, that's going to be the problem. That's going to be a problem. There we go. 39,000 tons. But it has a... Let me actually see if I can increase that a bit more. Alright, good enough. Honestly, they don't really need to go that far. 20 billion is probably more than enough. So let's actually decrease that somewhat. Yeah, 20 billion should be more than far enough. That's enough to get to the other side of our system and back. And even by the time we get to a new system, we're already going to be replacing our engines and redesigning these guys anyway. Now, I'm not too sure if I will... At least initially, if I want to rename... I don't think I will. I think I'm probably going to keep the names as is. Like, the Geo Survey will always be the Access the Game or Geo Survey ship. It'll just be a modified version of it. Same thing for this. All my freighters will always be the Nicknud. If I build a fuel freighter, per se, like something specifically to haul fuel, that'll be named somebody else. Same thing for a Sorium harvesting ship, that'll be something else. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's begin constructing, retooling, and then constructing this beast. Retool for selected class. Ooh, that was close. Almost fucked that up. And actually, it's not a CA. I also F'd that up. Go to design view. You are not a cruiser. You, sir, are a freighter. And by God, I demand you stay a freighter. Alright. Close that. Let's go back to where we were at. Manage shipyard. Retool for selected class. Select. Build a Nicknud. Boom. I'd love to add another slipway to that to build more. I should probably actually add another slipway to this soon. Let me add... Let's add 2,000 tons to that baby. Get it up to a nice even 10k. Then I'm thinking I'm probably going to add another 10k to that, then start adding additional slipways. As eventually I'm going to retool this to be a naval shipyard for our military. But it's going to be a while before we actually leave this system and start generating new races. Now, I left it at a 30% chance. I think I might be able to edit that if I need to. I can always spawn race in using the Space Master if I have to. But we'll see how it goes. So let's... Going to be going to Mercury soon. Let's keep auto-turning 30-day ticks. Keep everything moving along. We're at about 40 minutes here. Research into mining production has been completed. Thermal sensitivity has been completed. And now they're working on other things. Or no, thermal sensitivity was finished. Now he's working on the mining, maybe. I don't know. Something happened. Crazy things. Wow, we have a lot of useless freaking people here. God damn. We did get a defensive systems guy, which is really nice. The biologists are fucking... Like, why? Get out. Jesus, if you're gonna try and join my research association with such shitty skills, I mean, just don't bother. Please. Save me the headache of having to delete you. Or having to sack you, as per se. 2,000 ton capacity was added to him. Whoops. $20,000 tons is more than enough for a naval shipyard. If I have a ship that's beyond that, it's pretty much a poor design on my part. So I'll add a 10,000 ton capacity, then I'll begin adding a second slipway so I can produce multiple ships at the same time. Industry, we're doing pretty good for the automated mines. Infrastructure, same thing, is going along nicely. We don't really need the infrastructure, though, unless we're building just regular mines to chuck on a planet. The Nicknud has been built on Earth. Yay! Oh, we got a new biologist. Not that I need a new biologist. I mean, goddamn, there's other techs that I need. We do have a power propulsion guy, finally, but he's not that great. So, it sucks. So again, we'll go up to the lovely Death Star here. Task group orders. Go to the shipyard task group, and we're going to detach our lovely Nicknud. Alright. So let's begin, shall we? Shall we begin? So we're going to, let me actually verify before I do this and end up killing us all. We have 4 mass drivers on Earth. Fantastic. So we're going to go to Earth, which we're kind of already there. We're going to load a mass driver. We're going to go to Mercury, unload the mass driver, go to Earth, and refuel. Afterwards, I'm going to have him produce additional items, or produce. I'm going to give him a different order after that's done. But first, I got to make sure that the Mercury has, or did I send him to Mars? No, I did send him to Mercury. Okay, good. So I got to make sure Mercury has the mass driver at least. And actually, because I made them assign them to be colonies, they will now show up in my main menu here. And I can go to them and see they have no population. They're claimed by me, basically. That's it. Alright. I have not yet seen civilians establish... Well... No, I haven't really seen them establish colonies. But then again, I haven't found an Earth-like area that I didn't terraform myself. Or didn't conquer via force due to aliens. So, let's see here. What am I doing? So basically, on Mercury, in the mining maintenance screen, we have the mass driver destination. Now, currently we have no mass driver here. Otherwise, I could tell him to start shipping stuff to Earth. Each mass driver will ship 5,000 annual production to Earth via pretty much launching it into space, essentially. Where is our guy? Desmona. Let me zoom in here for a second. Oh, I see. He's still working on Saturn's moons. Well, when he's done that, let me actually give him some jobs. Okay, let's go comets. Now, comets are also really good things for minerals. They can have really good access, usually. So we're looking for the Stefan Otema. So S. Do we find that? Want him to do a geological survey. Let's zoom out. Now, the tail will always go behind it. So these ones are heading in, and these guys are heading out. So let's get, let me pull this up again here. The Najuman. Geological survey. We have the Sherrock, or whatever the hell it's called. Add scan. McCourts. Van Breesbeek usually has some good stuff. Those guys are leaving. Let's go for Wolf Harrington after that's done. Maybe Whipple. And that should be sufficient for now. The rest of the comets will eventually start coming back, because we don't really want our guy running halfway across the bloody Sol system trying to track those buggers down. So that should be good for now. Now let's go ahead and start ticking away turns. Nick Nudd quickly completed his orders. So we now have a mass driver on Mercury. So we're going to now ask him to start loading automated mines at Earth. Go to Mercury. Unload automated mines. Go back to Earth. And refuel. Refuel from colony. Now we want him to repeat that. How many mines do we want on there? We want 50. So we want him to repeat that 149 more times. No. Repeat that 49 more times. Well, to be honest, he's probably not going to finish this. Oh wait, did I actually construct a second one? I don't think I did. Shit. So I'll have him repeat that, and I need to go and create another Nick Nut, because I forgot to. Whoopsies. Cough. I had intended to do that, but then again, I don't think we wasted too much time, so it should be alright. Alright, 30-day ticks. So he will keep doing that 49 more times, and will eventually drop off 50 units. So we have finally researched the implosion warhead technology. Yeah, our highest level missile and kinetics guy is still him. That sucks. It's gonna take us forever to do anything good with missiles then, if he's the one in charge. Now, missiles are definitely one of the most effective systems to take out the enemy. For close-up, there's lasers are usually best for anti-missile defense, so they can still be useful in attacking the enemy, but still. Because of the range limitations and the huge technology you really need to... Like, the maximum range of a laser system was about 1.4 million kilometers, which is not a lot at all. So they're very impractical for that. Reload rate. And then go for that. Alright, sweet. Once you've done all that, I want another 20 labs. Alright, 30-day ticks. You can see there that pretty much every comet is quite likely to have... Oh shit, I've been fucking up again. All this time has been ticking by. We've been accumulating resource. Well, I haven't screwed up entirely. I will say that. I haven't screwed up entirely. Because we have been accumulating stockpile, which actually isn't much, on Mercury, but I have not selected a destination, so it has not been shipping any to Earth. Now, currently with 50 auto mines, we're not producing very much. Our annual production is only 1,300. That's not a lot at all. That's mainly because the access here is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like, we have maybe 2 access overall, which still isn't that great. So, let's have him. How many auto mines do we have on Earth right now? 61. Let's have him drop another 50 off there. As we're researching additional mining tech, that will increase over time, and we'll be getting much more out of it. But for now, we're gonna have to ship over more mines and produce more mines. So hopefully I get my factories done quickly here. Load automated mine, and we can get that dealt with. Unload automated mine. Refuel. Repeat that 49 more times. Have fun. So what do we have on the Stephen Otema? Decent access, but nothing great for the amounts. This is pretty decent for the amount. And the access is also really decent, I have to say. Almost 2.0, yeah, beyond 2.0. So that's pretty good. That's a good rock that I'd want to throw some, a good 50 mines on just to strip it clean. No corundium, sadly. I wish. Oh, corundium. That seems to be the material we're just out of. The Nicknud 2 has been built on Earth and assigned to the shipyard task group. Alright, now, what am I forgetting? I am forgetting something right now. Ah, yes. Typically, when you're looking to mine additional resources, the one thing you're going to want to look at is which ones are going to deplete the quickest. As we can see right here, corundium is going to deplete in 5.9 years, which is really bad, as that's a really good resource that I really need. So what I would do to alleviate that issue would be to go to this lovely little moon and chart at the top here. We have the Geological Survey Report. And then I can select via mineral type. So let's say corundium. Currently the main ones of corundium are Earth and Io. Io does have 2.6 million of it, but the access is really bad, 0.5. It also has 2 million mercasium, but overall the access is really great. So I'm going to hope that my scanning ship there will encounter some corundium on these asteroids, and I'll be able to get, hopefully something out of that. We completed the magazine ejection chance. Let me zoom on in here. So we're still going for the Van Briesbeek and some other stuff. So let's take a look here. Nope. Nejumin. We do have some Corbomite, but no. McColtz is bad. Some officer health issues. Alright, let's keep passing some time. Oh, nice. We finally finished the research rate. Dear God, that took a while. Van Briesbeek, don't let me down, my friend. Ah, you let me down. Access is great. Amount is not. Not even remotely. Not entirely surprised. It's only a meteor. But still. Oh, damn. Defensive systems. 40%. Jeez. Do we still not have a construction production guy? Jeez, we don't. God damn. You're screwing me here, damn it. So I'm going to give this guy 1 lab and let him work on duranium armor. Now, the more you research the actual armor, the lighter it becomes, making your ships lighter, and also the stronger it becomes, which is, for many reasons, very useful. After that's done, work on alpha shields, regeneration rate, and then I'll give you something else to do afterwards. Now, this guy, I'm going to have him, again, work in construction production. Have him work on construction rate, or do I want to do... Research rate is 10,000 now, so I really would rather have a CP guy do that. Jeez. We're just not lucky on the scientist roles, it seems. Not at all. The Nick Nud completed his orders. So let's go ahead and assign Nick Nud 2 to this task group. So we'll just go into the task group screen, of course, the Death Star. Or not Death Star, the Star Destroyer, cough. Go down to Special Orders and Organization, and we're just going to drag him from the Shipyard task group. Alright. Well, since I do need corundium for making automated mines, and we are going to be running low, I think I might be forced to go for IO right now, because we're not really finding any decent amounts anywhere else. Wolf Harrington has 13,000, but that's practically same access. It's practically nothing. So yeah, we're gonna establish a colony, and you can also establish a colony from this screen as well on IO. And we're gonna have them haul some stuff over there. Now here's a tip. Here is a tip. When you're hauling mass drivers from Earth and you're using multiple ships, you want to make sure that you go down to this right here, maximum amount to load. If you only mean to bring one, you better make sure you type one, because otherwise you're going to end up loading all of your mass drivers onto the ships, dropping them all off on the planet or asteroid or whatever it happens to be, and you're basically going to be screwed. You're basically going to be screwed, because then you're suddenly having minerals slamming into the Earth, basically nuking your population. And yeah, just bad scene. Unload all installations. Return to Earth. And refuel. Alright. We'll do a 5-day tick. Construction of infrastructure was completed on Earth. Very nice. So now we're working on the factories, and we're going to get some additional 20 labs built, which is going to significantly help me with the research. After that, I'm literally going to want like 300 automated mines produced. Actually, I could set up... then I would have to build more infrastructure then. I could set up a colony on Mars. I don't think I'm going to do that quite yet. I'm just going to create more automated mines, but eventually I will want to do that. And we will start to move people there. More than likely the civilian... The moment we start colonizing an actual colonizable planet, the civilian industry should kick off a bit better. Let's actually take a look at their shipping lane information. Yeah, they have no ships right now at all. So they have yet to produce any ships. Okay, Nick Nutt completed his orders. Let's go ahead and check up on IO. Mining and maintenance. Let's have him select Earth as the mass driver destination. So right now our annual production is... Well, we put one mine on there, so it's 13. Which is obviously not that great. So we have one mass driver, one automated mine. Earth still has 2 mass drivers. Should. Good, it does. So, how many automated mines do we have here? We have 49 automated mines right now. Yeah, I'll have to take those. So, because I want them to get them there, I'm just going to give them a constant order. So, go to Earth. Load automated mines. Go to IO. Unload automated mines, go to Earth, refuel. And I'm just going to have them cycle the move, so they'll just constantly repeat that now. Alright, let's go 30-day ticks. And let me actually change the order on my survey vessel. Survey the nearest body. Let me cancel his order, because he's basically going back to the moon. And I want him to just survey everything around, which will also, I should say, include, if I go to display, include the asteroids. Which he's actually pretty close to, so he's probably going to end up scanning the asteroids first thing. So it'll seem like he's running back and forth doing nothing, but what he's really doing is scanning the asteroids. I was confused about that myself for a while. I was like, why are you just going back and forth, changing your mind constantly? The hell, brother? But no, that's exactly what the problem is. So we just completed jump point theory and research into the pebble reactor, which is fantastic. I definitely want to advance that technology further. Oh god. Please tell me my propulsion guy is not like 0% still. No, he's still working in that tech. Oh no, he's begun researching that tech now. I see, I'm just being foolish. How are we doing on building the construction factories right now? It'll be done by December of 2021, which it's going to be done much sooner than that. Every time we finish one factory, the speed at which that is research is increased, so our research built is increased. So he's working on alpha shields now. He finished research into duranium armor. So we'll keep ticking away here. Ah, nice. We finished the mining production. So you could see, what was it before? I'm not sure what we got to. I think it was... Let's take a look at the mining production on Mercury. So it was pretty damn low. I mean, what do we have? Let me go to summary here for a second. So we should have 100 mines here. Yep. At 50, we were doing 1,300, which would have been 2,600. Because we just researched one mining tech, that's gone up to 3,600, or 3,100, sorry. Looking at the wrong number here, of total annual production. That's pretty damn good. Another 2,000, and I would have to have another mass driver on here, otherwise we would start stockpiling resources again. How are we doing on Earth here? Duranium is still becoming a problem. It's being drained really quickly because we're building a lot of construction factories right now. Same thing for the research. I don't think the research labs actually take duranium. Let me check down here. No, the labs do take duranium. They take 1,200 duranium and 1,200 mercasium, actually. The automated mines, of course, take corundium. 120 a pop, actually. Now, you can convert a mine to an automated mine, but it costs 120 each material to produce an automated mine, 60 to produce a mine, and the conversion costs 75. So it's technically more expensive to convert a mine to an automated mine. If you're using, like, let's say they use Mars as an example. We're going to have it as a colony. So it is much more efficient to keep mines, just plain mines, on that planet for as long as we need it, and then send auto mines elsewhere to the various planets in the system that are, you know, not as habitable or would take us a long time to make habitable. Speaking of which, it's going to take us quite a while to make Mars habitable when we actually start working on that. Let's go ahead and tick away the time here. Oh shit, I have 3 inactive labs because I just wasted a month with 3 inactive labs. God damn it. Construction and production. There's our jump gate construction module. We're not going to build that right now, but I'm definitely going to work on the mining production. Again, we don't have any CP, guys. I am saddened by that. The dice rolls are not with me today at all. So we'll get a 50% bonus with that and just get going with it. So once that's done in 2022, probably should be a little less than that. We should be doing quite well. Pebble bed reactor will be done in another year. We will then begin just further researching the technology. Whoops, didn't mean to click that, but hey, that's fine. Everything's being dropped off. Research into missile agility has commenced. Fantastic. Now, I should say, for a missile system, like I was saying that the most effective combat system is missiles, which is pretty damn true, I would say. Now, when you're designing missiles, it's a whole task. You have to design 2 different sets of sensors, 2 different sets of fire controls, engines for the missiles, not the warheads, but yeah, you have to design the engines, and you have to design the missiles themselves, and then you have to build ordnance factories, and produce the ordnance, and produce the ships, and do all this insane, crazy shit that is required to get proper missile ships. But overall, they are really, really effective. Now, the number one factor that makes missiles effective, I should say, would be their speed. After that would be their range. The faster the missiles are, the more difficult it's going to be for anti-missile systems to hit them, And of course, the quicker they will hit their targets and destroy them, hopefully wiping out any missiles coming at you. Same thing for anti-missiles. The faster they are, the more likely they are to hit the enemy missiles before they, take care of you. So yes, speed is definitely the best factor you want with it. With an anti-missile, usually they're about size 1. You want them, and all you need is 1 damage. So you can go 0.1, 0.2, whatever it happens to be, for the missile size, or missile warhead size, to get that. And typically for an anti-ship missile, I try and keep them about size 6. But yeah, that will be getting into more details later. So let's keep ticking away a little bit of time here. I'm probably going to call this fairly shortly, as we have managed to progress much, much farther this time. We've completed the research into pebble bed reactor technology. Fantastic. Power and propulsion. So we can now begin the research for the nuclear pulse engine technology, or of course we could go for the gas-cooled reactor, but we're going to go for the nuclear pulse. Now, where is my power propulsion guy? Or is he working on something else now? He is. So he's working on the reactor bonus, which will not take him that long. We'll queue this up, though. These are also quite important, too. Now, there's 2 ways you can go into a new system. The first is to build a jump gate, or have a jump gate already there. There are precursor jump gates you can find. Or to use a jump drive. Now, I will probably explain this in more detail when I actually build the jump drive itself, but I will say something about it quickly. When you're building a jump drive, you do have to design it the same way I did the other engine technology. It is very heavy, so you only want to have 1 ship equipped with it. This research here will increase the amount of people or amount of ships it can haul with it at one time. This would, max squadron jump range basically allows you to jump farther away from the gate, so that if something's right next to the gate, you'll be able to get some distance and fire on them with that. Jump drive efficiency, permit larger ships to jump than lower efficient engine. So basically it overall increases the efficiency. Now there's 2 factors when designing a jump engine that you must be aware of. The first is that the total tonnage that it allows has to be greater than the ships that it's hauling. So say I have ships that are about 1,600 tons and under. You got to make sure that the engine is capable of hauling, 1,800 or 18,000, I should be saying, and 16,000, because that's more like it. Typically, I get it about 20,000. The other main thing is that the jump drive will not function for other ships if the ship you're trying to jump is smaller than the one with the jump drive. So if you have a 1,600-ton ship with a jump drive capable of hauling 20,000 tons, and you're trying to haul an 18,000-ton ship through, it's not going to work. It's just not. So that's something I learned. I've had to redesign my jump engines because I fucked up like that, so that's definitely a good thing to note. Now, we're not going to be doing that anytime soon. We still have a lot of really decent minerals to mine in this system. We've also unlocked a few more bits here. McColt's Borley, I believe, was one. Alright, so nothing too mind-blowing. If I go into this again, we're still not finding any decent amounts of corundium other than what's on Io, so what can you do? It is what it is. How much are we actually producing now on Io? I'm not sure how many mines we've gotten there yet. Oh, 39 auto mines so far. Which is weird. We should have had, considering the time, we almost should have had more than that. Then again, they're having to go a much larger distance, so that's probably a factor, but there's 2 ships. So it's kind of like, I'd almost expect them to get that done faster. Anyway, I digress. So currently it's only 608 overall production annually, which is pretty poor. But we'll try and boost it up as much as we can. Once we get 100 or so mines there, we should start to see at least a semi-decent amount. And of course, as our technology advances, that will further become so. God damn it. I swear to God, this sickness is coming back onto me again. I am going to flip the table. God damn. Anyway, I think I'm going to call this here for today, as there's not too much else I want to cover at the moment. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. I mean, I could go for another 3 hours on this, no problem, and just go batshit crazy, because that's the kind of game this is. Just like Dwarf Fortress, it just sucks you right in. I remember the good old days where I would, play and stream Dwarf Fortress for like 9 hours. I shit you not. That was, pretty much when I was, again, learning the game in the beginning, and I was just batshit crazy about it. Ah, the good old days. Now, anyway, I digress. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. It sucks that I had to make this, or redo this all over again. I fucked up. And I really didn't want to basically generate races that were useless for fighting against me. Now, currently we have a 30% bonus. Let me actually exit out of this here. Let's take a look for a second. Space Master Empire. I don't think I can go back to the main menu from this without just closing everything off. But let me give that a try quickly here. Just because I want to make sure that if I can... Something. I want to see if that's something that I can actually change afterwards. Basically, I think it is. I'm pretty sure I can change the generation rate. Yes, I can. So if Dragonverse 2.0, if it turns out that with the 35% chance when I go into a new system to generate a new race is not enough, I can eventually just crank that up to 100%. Now, this only takes effect if there is a habitable planet in the system. That's the thing. I have only found, a couple of pretty damn close to habitable planets. Only, I think, one that was actually inhabited. That was a blue one, like Earth. So, I went through like 12 systems before I finally found a race at 30%. 12. Other people have found them in their first system. So, it really varies a lot. But if we have to, I will increase this. If that still doesn't work, I will go into the Space Master itself and I will generate a Trans-Newtonian race to fight. Or a couple of them even. Well, probably not too many, because I don't want to lag the frack out. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great one. See y'all next time. And, yeah, let's hope I don't fuck up anymore. Dragon out.